Welcome to the Stacy A Cross Show. I am Stacy A Cross. There's no E in my name. Every Friday at 8 a.m., I'll be coming through. We're talking health, we're talking wealth, and we're talking happiness. I'm a believer of freedom, personal growth, and your journey to success. So go ahead and share, subscribe, listen to this show, because it's going to be an amazing one. As always, you can find me at www.thecomfortkillers.com. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go. Yes, y'all. To the beach, y'all. Stacy A Cross. There is no E in my name. Coming back to you with another beautiful episode. It is June 15th. It is Friday, and it is 8 a.m. If you're here, then you're rocking with the best. Listen, people ask me, Stacy, what do you do? What do you do? What is it that you do? What is you do? Okay? And I say to them, man, I break people. I get them up out of their comfort zone. I allow them to understand who they are, shatter their old ways of thinking, their old conventional wisdom, and break them, snap them back into a slip gym, and tell them and show them and let them experience how to change their mindset. So that is what I do. I'm also the author of a dope book. It's so awesome. It's useful, and people are getting it off the shelves as we speak. And that book is How to Change Your Life Using Tools You Already Have. One of the tools that you already have is, of course, your understanding, your awareness, your consciousness. That's all beautiful. But you do have another tool. And this tool, it's written about in the book, The Alchemist. Not sure if you've read that book, if you've had the opportunity. If you haven't, read that book, okay? The Alchemist shares with you how the universe corresponds, how the universe manifests around you, how it's so dynamic, how it expands, how it contracts, how it does everything you want it to do so you could play with the universe. So this tool that you have is the entire universe. That's a huge tool to have working on the side of you, on the side of success, on the side of achieving, on the side of triumphing, on the side of championing, versus on the side of failure, doom, gloom, and all the bad things that could happen to us. Yesterday, I happened to see one of the most horror things that I could see, in a while. I haven't, seen anything like this. So I was at the stoplight. A bus was in front of me. The bus was turning left. I saw the other car on the other side. And in this car, he knows that if he speeds up, he could actually turn left. He was trying to make his left on the other side of the stoplight, and while the bus was making its left, so they could actually both. But he saw me and he wanted to speed because he knows, hey, listen, after this bus makes a left, Stacy A Cross is going to keep going straight. So he just wanted to make that. But he did not see a middle-aged woman crossing on the crosswalk, and he slammed right into her. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, I turned back. I couldn't believe it. Whoa. Like, did he really just hit this lady? She flew about 25 feet, 10 feet. Let's say 10 feet, okay? Stop exaggerating. But still, the impact, it had to be hard because the way he was speeding to try to beat me to go across the light. And I say this to say this because off of the whole universe thing is that, yes, you control your universe, and some things that happen to you, they're just bad things. And you're like, man, well, Stacy, how do we control wars? Stacy, how do we control all these bad things happening? I fell down and broke my damn leg one time. I tore the ligament. I was in my old home and I fell down the stairs. I looked at that and I said, before that, I said to myself, I will not ever, cancel a meeting or reschedule a meeting. I don't care if my leg is broken. That's what I said to myself. And then I just fell and broke my leg. So what we speak, what we say, what we think, all of that. I don't know what's in that woman's head. I don't know what was in his head. All I know is that at the perfect time, through space and time, through this 4D universe, including time, they met at that perfect time. And I'm like, whoa. And it was not good. And, if she was looking up, and of course she got probably a broken bone or two, but she was up and she was, alive, and my heart goes out to her. She doesn't know who I am, but I saw it. But my heart goes out to you. And I'm going to just take here 3 seconds to 5 seconds to just, be silent and show some respect and really kind of like, send our vibrations out to this lady from yesterday. My heart's with you. So now let's get on with our broadcast today. Today is going to be an awesome show. I have with me, and yes, we have another interview, and these things have been going so great that I am opening up my interview. I want to interview you. All you have to do is go to thecomfortkillers.com/podcast. If you're doing something, if you're living a comfort killer lifestyle, if you're out here every day just making it happen for yourself, for your family, you're not too much involved in what everyone else is doing. And I want to talk about that for a minute. But you're not too much involved with what everyone else is doing. When the herd, when the pack goes to the left, you're like, okay, how can I make this shift here and go to the right? That's what I do. Okay. Because I'm not too much involved in the trends. Okay. And in the trends of businesses, and especially having your business online, you do the same things, the same 4 things. I like doing things a little different. And I have what we call my intuition and my gut feeling. And my gut feeling says, hey, you got to stop doing this, and let's focus on this here. Let's stick to this plan. And because it was officially your plan to begin with. Unless some people have a plan and they just want to follow the trends, that's fine. All they do, they're called, they're on bandwagon. So they get the crumbs because for a trend to start, that's when, everybody eats in the beginning of the trend. Everybody's eating, it's lovely here in the beginning. And then by the time everyone catches on and everyone's on it, you're going to fight for the crumbs. So how could you make your business unique? How could you make yourself unique? And how could you be still interesting and not kind of, diluted? And that's one thing that I do not want to be, because I know I'm bringing so much valuables to this world, and I'm bringing myself in its own uniqueness. I don't want to be diluted. I don't want to be just like everyone else, because, there's really nothing in that. There's no money in that. There's no honor in that. There's no achievement in that. It's just, hey, listen, another one of the clones are coming around the corner. Today, I have a magnificent person that thought about doing it differently, and not only thought, she did it differently, and she did it using her own wits, her courage, and it's a compelling story that she brings to us today. So if you are a mother, right? If you're a mother, this one is shout out to the mommies in here. If you are a mom, single mom, got a family mom, up and coming mom, career mom, just meddling in entrepreneurship mom, this is your episode. Okay. This is for you. I have Dionna Walker with me today, and she is the founder of Business Mom Inc. Okay, businessmominc.com. You can see her there. All her information will be included in the show notes for your convenience today. But Dionna Walker is from Dayton, Ohio. She's the founder of Dionna Helping Hands, which you can find on Facebook. It's her nonprofit company where she helps low-income families in the city with clothes, food, and more. She's the mother of 6 kids. She's married. She's the founder of Business Mom Inc., as I mentioned, which is a business management firm for mothers looking to start a business. You're looking to start a business. And she published 3 books, and her most recent book, in which we spoke about today, is The Mommy Hustle. And that book is basically it's to inspire and uplift women and business women, okay? And today she's sharing her story to inspire others who may be in the same boat. Now, what she's saying is very clear. She's saying, okay, you could still be the best mother. you could be, and you could still start a business. See, people will choose between one. Oh my God, I have my kids now. I can't do anything, okay? I'm always busy. I'm always doing laundry, putting on somebody's sock, taking them to karate, making somebody's lunch, cooking dinner, gotta go pick up the kids from school. I'm always dropping someone off at daycare. I'm always checking homework. I don't have the time. I do not have the time. So what she's saying is, yes, you do. You have the time to be the best mom ever. And saying you do not have the time is just a average excuse that an average person would say when they fearing something else. Something else is the bottom cause of you saying, I do not have enough time. Because when we break it down to people and we say, okay, 740 hours in a month, okay, you need this many to sleep. All right, if you sleep 8 hours, which, we don't need a full 8 hours. I thrive off of 7. I love when I get 8, but I thrive off of 7. When you talk about 4 hours, 2 hours, I just don't want to be that foggy. So I sleep, okay? But Deanna's saying, wait a second here. When you know that you have something inside of you and you have a gift, which we all have gift and talents, then why not utilize it in a business, okay? And some of the business that she mentions here that a lot of her moms are getting into is things that they're passionate about. Hobbies turn to business, okay? If you do hair and you do it hair well, why not turn that into a business, okay? Makeup, all of these things, but not just that. You could do digital marketing. You could open a store. I spoke yesterday to, we call her Peanut. Peanut is from Philadelphia. She opened a store here in Manayunk in Philadelphia, and she is killing it. And I went in there yesterday. She's like, Stacey, I'm thinking so big. I was like, well, tell me about your think. She said, man, this is what I want to do, and I don't know how I'm gonna get there. And the thing is, you're still grinding it out. You're still doing it. And by you doing what you need to do, other doors will open, other ways of doing it. Things will get easier along the way. But don't ever just shut yourself out one moment and say, I do not have time. It's just not the way to live your life. Because, of course, if you don't have time, and if you say that you don't have time, then guess what? Okay, I guess you know that. You know what I'm going to say. So stay tuned for that. Dionna Walker is coming up in our wealth segment. And I just wanted to, after this, I just want to really talk about our intuition and our gut feeling and how templates have been put on us. And the thing is, and I mentioned this before, and the difference between me and anyone else that's spewing information like this is because I want you to be an individual, okay? I don't want you to follow a herd mentality. I don't want you to have a 6-month plan, okay? I know that it's going to take longer. I've listened to a lot of people in businesses, and someone was questioned, and someone said, hey, why you tell everybody that, it was Ty Lopez. Okay, I watched a video with Ty Lopez when one of his stands, we call a fan that's extreme a stan, when one of his stands, really a stan, but said that, hey, you know what? I want to challenge you. I think you're a fool online, and I want to challenge you. And Ty Lopez gave him the time of day and said, okay, challenge me with everything that you think that I am doing, or you think it's scammy or whatever. You challenge me. And I got to give respect to Ty for doing that, because you got to stand on your own too for whatever you believe in. Okay. No matter what you believe in, you have to stand on your own too. So Ty, opened it up. He was on video. This cat's on video, but the cat was using it. And when I say cat, it's the other guy. When the cat was using it as his own little promotional tool, which is okay. You got to understand that there's going to be feeders. Okay. Hey, I'm on live with Ty. But it became more of that than actual challenging him in real estate. Okay, I get it. Whatever. But Ty said something that was important. It probably went over a lot of people's heads. So he says, what you saying in the program, 67 steps to start a business and this and that. He was like, honestly, I never said that. Everyone knows, and I've said it before, that it takes about at minimum 10 to 12 years of really being solid in business. And he said that. And I was like, Absolutely. If more people knew that time was of the essence, but time is needed to develop. There's a lot of skills in business that one needs. Okay. Do you know marketing? Do you know marketing, or do you know only digital marketing? Do you know how to write copy? Okay. Do you know how to advertise? Do you know how to sell? Okay. Do you know how to price? What's your pricing strategy? Okay. All these things. What's your cash flow? Do you know how to read the statement? Some people, you don't even need to know how to read the statement. Some other people will know how to read that statement for you, and you pay them big bucks to do it. But you need to understand some of these things, okay, if you're running a business, okay? So we put a lot of time, energy, and money in certain aspects of our business to make it look good, but we're really not understanding a philosophy of business, okay? And that's what's important with what I got from watching the 5 minutes I watched, and I had to turn it off, but that's what I got from it. And I'm telling you here is that you're going to have gut feelings. You're going to be swayed to go to the left. You're going to want to follow the crowd because it appears that they're doing well. Okay, everyone online is doing well. For some reason, we're all doing well. We never have problems. And if we do have problems, here comes the post that says, hey, prayers, we need your prayers. Okay, so, I get what you're seeing and what is real. I have a coaching program that I only allow a certain amount of people to come in because I protect my time. But not only that, I want to make sure that they get the best of me and the best of their outcomes handled in a way that's intricate and intimate with them. Okay. I have a back end that I've opened up to gold. In August, it will open up to the platinum part of that. And in the platinum part, you get the conference call with me and anyone that I bring on, all of my expert friends, right? And we really talk about the intricates of business, the intricates of health, the intricate of whatever it is, selling and all of that, because a lot of people are being bamboozled, and they're getting scammed left and right with little things. I'm on Twitter yesterday and I post something and all of a sudden I get a thing back that says, hey, are you interested in Forex? And I'm like, no, get out of my ass. Okay. So online is just it's a wild, wild west. And if you're not careful, if you don't have values or if you don't have a plan, you can get swallowed in this lifestyle. And do you agree with that lifestyle? I don't know. If you do, that's all fine for you, fine and dandy. You are autonomous and you could do really anything that you set your little heart to or your big heart to, but do it for the right reasons. Your reputation is more important than a freaking like, okay? And your reputation is going to precede you. And in business, I've cut off a lot of people because I thought they were not. Okay, and it's fine for me to do that. But I want to protect who I am and what I portray and what I believe in. That's very important to me. So today we're going to have Dionna Walker, and I'm going to get right into her interview, our conversation, because I've pretty much spoken too much already. So right after this, we're going to come back into her interview. So stay tuned. After her interview, we're going to tackle a little health, and then we're out of here for today, Friday, June 15th, baby. I am Stacy A. Cross, and there is no E in my name. Let's go. If you're ready to get your word and your message out about your product, service, yourself, what you're doing, and you want to garner support, well, we want you to sponsor a episode here on the Stacy A. Cross Show. We're an internationally syndicated show and can be found on all the major podcast outlets such as iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, and much more. Get the attention that you rightfully deserve, and by me. Who else but to promote and get your message out there better than Stacy A. Cross? And there's no E in my name. Email us hello@thecomfortkillers.com and get started right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Comfort Killers, today we have another Comfort Killer and a superstar, and it is with pleasure and honor that I bring to you Dionna Walker, founder of Dionna Helping Hands. You're based in Dayton, Ohio, and also founder of BusinessMomInc.com. And we're going to go through it, so you're going to get to learn more about her. But the gist of this is if you're a mom, okay, if you are a mama, you could do this entrepreneur stuff. There are no more barriers in your way, and Dionna's going to help us navigate through that for us today. Dionna, thank you so much for being with me on the Stacy A Cross Show.
Oh, thank you for having me. I am so excited.
I love it. So, first of all, my audience, and, I love when we could kind of specify this niche. And I personally never broke into the, are you a parent? This is how you do it. Are you a mom? This is how you do it. But your story is one that is inspiring, motivating, moving, and I want to know, because you're a mother of 6 kids, yes. Correct?
Yes.
6 kids, and that must be a story within itself. First of all, just give us a breakdown of who Dionna Walker is, what she represents, and then we can go into what you're doing now and how you're able to help other mothers wishing to go into entrepreneurship. Who is Dionna Walker?
Well, I am Dionna Walker, mother of 6 amazing, crazy, all-in-one, sweet, I just want to throw them out the car sometimes, kids. I am a wife, sister. I have 9 brothers and sisters. I live in Dayton, Ohio. I am the founder of Dionna Helping Hands, which is a nonprofit, and we help the community by providing clothes, furniture, anything you may need to help you start your life over or just to, get a little help or pick me up. I am also the founder of Business Mom Inc., and Business Mom Inc. is basically a sisterhood of women, that's mothers, that's working together through partnership, collaborations to really uplift and take down the barriers of what a typical stay-at-home mom should be. I am also the author of Diary of an Entrepreneur, which basically gives you all the tea of how to start your business. And I am also the author of a new hot book called The Mommy Hustle. And that book, it just helps mothers, stay focused, dedicated, and, inspired to do whatever you want to do despite, what people may think, like, oh, you're a mom, you're doing this, doing that. So, yeah, that's pretty much me.
Woo! Well, that's a lot, man. That's a lot of achievements. But I want to unpack 6 kids. Okay, all right. Let's start with kid number 1 and how you got into this entrepreneurial spirit. At what age did you have your first child?
Well, my son, Junior, I had him when I was 15 years old. And I tell a lot of people when I do my public speakings that me even, keeping my son until I was like 18 years old really beat the odds of, typical teen mom, because, sometimes like when you're a teen mom, your grandparent or your mom or, some people come in and, take over since I was so young. But having my son so young did not stop me from kind of following my dreams. It kind of like woke something up inside of me, like a light was lit. Like something said, hey, you have this baby, you have to go hard, and I have been carrying that go hard spirit since I've been 15.
And that's the spirit I want to talk about because it lacks in a lot of, at 15, I was playing with dirt still, okay? You're talking about, having a light bulb go off. I was ready to just ride bikes and hang around the neighborhood kids. That was where my mindset is. And everybody grows in different stages and gets their, awakening at certain points in their life. But at 16, you're with your first child, and this light bulb goes off, but you're so inclined to entrepreneurship or business or just getting things done or going out and hustle. Where did that come from?
Where did that part come from?
Like my family, I was raised around a lot of hustlers, and like my mom, she was a gospel singer, and my dad, he was like a funeral director. So I always was raised around people that did not wait around or didn't play around when it comes to getting what they wanted out of life and living the certain lifestyle that they wanted. So I always had that, flame in me to just be a go-getter and go out and get it. But it did not really take hold of me until like I had my son, and I was trying to, get out of school, and I was working a full-time job at 15. Get to that. I was working a full-time job, and I had my first apartment before I was 18 years old. So I always had that go-getter, mentality, but it just really didn't start for me to after I had my son. And I'm like, hey, either I'm going to sit here and make excuses, or I'm going to get up, get my diploma, go to school, get everything I need to get, and, keep it pushing. And that's just how it's been for me ever since.
And it's not that rare, but there's so many more women and young mothers that inspire me when they're like But there's another side to it. You could have really literally took that and become a victim, sort of, and like, hey, I'm dependent on this is a happened to me, whatever, I have to just take what I get. But you went on the opposite side of it, and it's great to have that strong foundation, even when we come across experiences or circumstances, and they're good experiences and circumstances. I mean, it's a beautiful baby that you're bringing into the world. We're not going to use that as victim status, but now take us along the journey. Now, let's say you're 18, 19. What is happening in that space?
Well, I'm really finding myself. Like, okay, I have, like I tell everyone, after you have a baby, especially at a young age that I have, maybe you lose yourself, you kind of lose the person that you were. And I was a kid, so I just was like, I really didn't know who I were. So through life, I was just finding myself, like, oh, I like to do this. I just was finding the person that I wanted to be, and I was finding the things that I wanted to put out in the world to inspire other people. So through my 18 to, like, I say 23 years old, I was just using that time to, build myself up, build my character up, figure out what I wanted out of life, figure out really working on my person, like my heart, like what is it about me that I could help other people. So that's when Dionna Helping Hands came into play, because, I always had a heart to help others. So even with me helping others, it was more so me not helping them, but they were helping me find myself and my gift that God has given me. So even through that ministry helped my life tremendously. And from that to, me marrying my husband, the father of my son that I had at 15, we married. We've been together ever since, from the pregnancy to, us, grinding to, really stay together, work, whatever, even to that, like me getting married. But I wanted to make sure that I was no longer this 15-year-old girl that he knew. I wanted to be a woman, and I wanted to be full of myself, and I wanted to make sure that I was living in my purpose before I took this leap to become his wife. So even that took a strain on, breaking down all the things that I went through, just really finding myself, just really, making sure I'm full of, how I want to be, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. And what you said right there, and ladies and gentlemen, I hope if you're like me, you're like, the whole time, woo, because you brought yourself through the self-examination period, which a lot of people, and I didn't take that part of myself till I was about 28. So it came very early for you, and I just love hearing how someone examines themselves, assesses their values, building character. That, to me, is personal development, because it's all self-discovery. And then you hold in and you hone in on these traits and characteristics that you want to show to the world, and live that, and be that. So I applaud you for going through that. And I'm sure we had our, or you had your ups and you had your downs during this whole time. It wasn't peachy the entire time of your growth. Do you remember a point where you kind of sat back and you could have literally said, I don't even want to do this anymore? Or
plenty of times.
Yeah. So could you give us one of those times where you had to make that decision, and what did you do?
Well, like I said before, being a teen parent, you really have to make tough decisions, and, I wasn't always financially stable. So, some nights I did have to risk, feeding my son without, me feeding myself, or, saving money to catch the bus to work. It's levels to, I tell everyone, it's levels to getting to where you want to be in life. Your destiny, it's levels to reaching your destiny, okay? It's levels to living out your purpose. And I had to go through each and every level, but God was there with me throughout the whole process. But, sleepless nights, being, no food, whatever, all that. You have to go through that. And I went through that. I was able to go through all of this at a young age, to where now it's like, I'm financially able to save money. I do a lot of couponing and stuff. Like, no more hungry days for me, but, I did go through that. My son, thank God, he never went without anything, because he had a mother that would sacrifice whatever she had to make sure he had whatever he needed, and his father also. So, yeah, it's not easy, but you go through those levels, and I appreciate the struggle. I tell everybody, hey, I love the struggle. The struggle really helps me build the character. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I didn't grow up in a world where I was handed everything, because living through that struggle is what really made me. Living through that struggle built my character. Like, hey, I'm from the hood, but I did not remain at that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people say, hey, oh, you're from the hood, but that is not my mindset. That is not my environment. That is not where you know what I'm saying? Like, I am not that environment. You know what I'm saying? But that is part of me. It's part of me, and it built character within me.
You know what, Dionna, you are awesome. I mean, you're hitting so many nuggets here. One by one, I want to unpack them, but I know our audience is loving this conversation so far. And I want to talk a little bit about, I watched the video, and ladies and gentlemen, you could go on the Facebook page, Dionna Helping Hands, and you watch a video what you're actually doing with your nonprofit there in Dayton, Ohio. Now, how many people has your organization helped so far as providing clothing, furniture, different supplies, and food, bringing back to the community? And why is it so important for you to continue that mission?
Well, we have helped at least about 1,000 people. We have been doing this for like 2 years now. This year will be our 3rd year. And we have a lot of great organizations in Dayton, Ohio that helps the community. But Dionna Helping Hands was pretty much the only organization that was providing clothing on a needs base. So you can call us and say, hey, we need this, I need clothes, I need stuff for interview, and we would deliver it that day, or you can come pick it up on the spot. And it was so important to me, because a lot of girls that I was in contact with, they, were lagging the confidence of going to a job interview because they did not have clothes or shoes, or, some parent, she recently divorced and she don't have anything for her kids. And, so it started with me like, hey, I was in those lines before trying to get free clothes for me and my son, and the people that was giving us the things were not always nice, or they treated you like you were like a bum, or you was like dirty, but you needed help. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, when I had started Dionna Helping Hands, I'm like, we treat people with respect. We don't care where you from, how you are, however you present yourself. We treat you like you're human. We treat you with respect, even though we're giving you things that, people feel like you should already have, but still, we're going to treat you with respect. And me experiencing, in need, but also being treated like, we're trash, whatever, that really took a place in my heart to start something on my own and to really treat people like they're intelligent, people that they are. Sometimes you have a rough patch. So really, Dionna Helping Hands really was like a testimony for me, or not even a testimony, but really was like a passion for me, because I have been there on the receiving end, but, people were not always, nice to us, or it was like really negative, nasty experience. So I wanted to really change that concept around of how you can receive help but still be treated as a person,
No, I do love it. I love that, because you're right. And I could understand how people will appreciate that, because they are a person. It is human, and it's okay to ask for help. And in some of our times right now, people will refuse to ask for help because of that neglect or the way they're treated. And you don't ever want to turn anyone away from asking for help. So first of all, I appreciate what you do. Thank you so much for involving yourself in the community and helping our fellow humans thrive and build that confidence they need, even if it's to go on that job interview and to get something for their kids. It really does wonders to the mindset and also to them getting ahead. So thank you so much for what you do and what you continue to do. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to, is there to donate and give your support to Dionna Helping Hands, that will be in the show notes. It'll be available, and I encourage you to take the time out and do what you can today to help this foundation and this organization, nonprofit organization, move forward to continue doing in the community and helping people getting their lives back on track. So now we get to the point where you decide to take this to a business level. Okay. First of all, do you have any mentors in business? And if you did, or did you read any books? What kind of got you into this entrepreneurial mindset? I know you said you were built a foundation around hustlers, but that just gets you up and moving. You work in the job, but what's going to get you to that entrepreneurial mindset? Was it mentors, books? How did that happen?
Basically reading. I'm like a bookworm, and I really just was like, on my downtime, I would read tons and tons of books. So we had a conference. Where was this conference at? It was a conference here in Dayton, and and one of the ladies that went to the conference, she had gave me a book, and it was called The Lean Startup by Eric Ries, and I read that book. And ever since that book was given to me and I read it, I had just been like, oh, my God, let me try to, excuse me, let me try to see what I could, do far as the entrepreneur spirit. And then another thing is, I would have jobs and things like that, and I would be a good worker. But it was like I always felt that I should be doing more, I had that. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting up every day. I'm working this job. I know I have good ideas. A lot of the ideas that I have, people use them to start their own business, So it's like I felt like I should be doing more. So that's when I started writing books. And I always liked to write. So I just started writing books, and I'm like, okay, one of the things that entrepreneurs have to understand is you're not going to be good at everything. So you have to hire people to do certain things for you. So I am just like a crazy writer, and I had to hire an editor for, my writing. So that helped me really get into concept what I wanted to put out in the world. So after I started writing, I started, doing a lot of things for business, like far as setting up my social media, getting registration with the state, getting all that stuff together. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty good at this. I think I can help other people start their business. So that's how the Business Mom Inc. got started. And I have like 97 clients to this day that I help moms start their business, and I try to make everything, very affordable for my first-time moms that's trying to really get out here and start, their business, because it's not easy.
Right, and I'm sure they're very happy for that support. And you know what? It's so funny, but you would think that people want all these high-tech, complex side of businesses. People need to know what is the difference between an LLC, a sole proprietorship, S Corp, C Corp? How do you go about getting your business online? How to build this website? Those foundational pieces really could let a person, and The Lean Startup is a great book, by the way, so that's a great first book to have thrown at you and being able to get into this mindset. But yeah, I had this kind of, it was a challenge where I thought people wanted this high-level consulting, right? High-level consulting. And then I'm realizing that more people just want to get started. More people just want to know, hey, what is the in and out of business on an aerial scale, So I applaud you for taking on that route. Now, first-time moms, you said you niched it down to first-time moms because you have, it's very close to you and that's your experience and you want to help them out. How could they find you? Just a quick nugget on how could they find you. If you're listening right now, you're a part-time worker. Like, who do you want to be a part of this? Do they have to be a mom? What?
Well, this market, this business is really leaned towards mothers. It's really something about, how society puts barriers on mothers. Okay, like everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, and everyone can be an entrepreneur. But the moment that women or moms start making an impact in the entrepreneur world, we're labeled as momtrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
men, they've been doing this entrepreneur for thousands and millions, and I'm just exaggerating, but years, for years, okay? And it's like they have no labels. They have nothing. They're just men out here, out here, women too, out here just being entrepreneurs. But the moment that, moms start to break down these barriers and start to become entrepreneurs, we have a special word, which is momtrepreneur. It's a label. It's like a label. And
what about Dionna? My fault. You're right about the labels, but what about black entrepreneur? You know what I mean?
Right.
I ain't now a black entrepreneur, a gay entrepreneur. No, I'm an entrepreneur. But go ahead. I understand.
You're just an entrepreneur. We do not need special labels because we're breaking down what society has put on us already as a person, as a human being, as a color, and as a race. We're already, we're just entrepreneurs. So I really have my business vision towards mothers who want to start a business, mothers who have, worked crazy hours at night, but she can make you a business plan like no other. That's a business. I aim towards women that's in the strip club working for single dollars, but she can make the best T-shirts. That's a business. I'm aiming towards women that's basically picking up the pieces after she has a divorce and she's really not left with anything. She's so used to being taken care of, but she can she can speak and share her experience. That's a business as a public speaker. That's where my business is aimed towards. And
I love it. I love it. I get it. No, 100%. That's so great. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you can get that at Business Mom Inc. Let me just make sure, businessmominc.com for that. In this last segment, I want to talk about your new book, The Mommy Hustle, because first of all, the title is dope,
Thank you.
So congrats on the Mommy Hustle. Now, what is this book about? Is it about how to take care of kids while working? What's going on in this book?
Well, the Mommy Hustle is basically about how you can be at the top of your game as an entrepreneur and you can also take care of your family too. A lot of people think like, oh, well, she's an entrepreneur, so she's not really into her kids' business like that, or she's not really taking care of home. But I am going to show you through testimony and even through, me telling you guidelines and steps that I took to make sure that I never missed a recital, I never missed a football game. It's all about time management, and it's all about, a daily schedule and really adjusting yourself to make you available for your family. So basically, I just teach you how to, be an entrepreneur, be a mom in business, and be the best mom that you can be. I put in the book about how, I started doing this business thing on my own, and that was the worst mistake because you need help. You need people to help you. So I put a lot of personal details in there. I really opened up in this book about my when I was pregnant with my son and how I became an entrepreneur. This book is I really go into I really dig deep within myself to let a lot of things out because I didn't want to miss anything. So I wanted you to know how I became the person that I am to be a successful entrepreneur, the beginning, the end, how you could use my mistakes so that you won't make the same mistakes. Basically, I teach you how to start your business. Even if you're not like a client of mine, I still put in there things that you can do to start your own business. It's just like an open book about, how to remain at the top of your game as an entrepreneur, stay there, and it's just like a testimony story of how I, started and everything. It's an amazing book. Like, oh God.
No, you're very proud of it. So when is this book out currently?
It's not out yet. It is going through the last phase of editing. So we have a date for it to be out, which is June 18th. So I'm kind of like thinking about where I should do my book signing party. I'm kind of aiming towards Atlanta because like a lot of my followers had really, we did have a pre-sale, and like a lot of my followers, I think like a lot of people learn about like, I think like 97 books, a lot of books. So I kind of want to go there and do a big signing there. So, I don't know yet.
Well, if it's in Atlanta, the Comfort Killers wants to be a part of it because our extension and satellite office is in Atlanta. So that would be good if we could be a part of that. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening now, I want to personally buy you a copy of the book. If you are a single mom or mom with a family, and you want to get into business and you're listening to Dionna and like, yeah, you know what? I'm good at this. That could be a business. When she was going through, that could be the business. A lot of your talents and passion and hobbies are businesses. It's just switching your mindset off from being only an employee and just living the rat race hamster wheel life and turning it into a viable business. And with a book like The Lean Startup is how we do that. But with a book, a better book like The Mommy Hustle, you can learn how to be both the best entrepreneur and the best mom ever. So I want to buy you a copy. All you have to do is email hello@thecomfortkillers.com. The first person that does that, I will buy you a copy of the book. Everyone else, though, stay tuned. I will do another feature and follow up with Dionna when the book releases. But where could they actually interact is on the Facebook page. All of that information is in the show notes. So best go like the pages and interact, engage with Dionna Walker because she's doing something amazing. And as we can see, she's just at the beginning. This is the tip. This is the tent, baby. So get on it now and be a part of this. And I know you have some events in Dayton, Ohio. And I think, and it's good to say that you may expand that to different parts of the United States pretty soon.
Oh, yes, I'm into expanding. I don't, like I tell like a lot of my business people, don't limit your abilities to outreach to one zip code.
Yep. You got to expand. And, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, there's one question that I always ask everyone, and it's really for me. I ask this for me because there's something that I am always looking for is the answer. So I'm going to ask Dionna Walker this question, and answer it any way you like, long, short, one word, I don't care. But I do care about the answer, and that'll be something that we could talk about at a later time. And the question is, go back to yourself, okay? You have the ability because you're all-knowing, you're great, you're powerful, and you're metaphysical. So you go back to yourself at the age of 15 years old right now, and you see young Dionna there. And you have the capability to speak to yourself and see that that's yourself, and both you could have a conversation. What will you tell the younger version of yourself at that time in her life?
I would tell her, stop crying. It gets better. Just move forward and, keep God first. And to really just stop crying. Yes.
That's powerful. That's powerful. And that just brought me back to where you were as well. So I got a little emotional over here, Dionna. Thank you so much for being a part of my show here, the Stacy A Cross Show. This show has been invaluable, especially to the audience that has just been given, tons of data on books and personal development. This is just real flow information that'll help someone. And I know that they will appreciate it, and all the information is in the show notes. But first and foremost, it was an honor speaking with you today, Dionna Walker.
Oh, my God. I so appreciate you. This was so fun. Oh, my God. I'm going to talk about this forever. This was just so fun. And I do a lot of interviews and stuff, but I could say this year, this one has really opened me up again. That question, I'm just really, I was kind of shedding little tears, but thank you. Thank you so much. I needed this. I needed this interview.
And likewise.
Let's talk happiness. And when we talk in happiness, I brought out my favorite guy, okay, my mentor, very huge on self-image. A lot of the times that I see where I'm most unhappy is when I look at myself and I don't like what's there. At my lowest points in my life, being addicted to gambling or depressed or just not really achieving anything, I looked at myself and I didn't like what I see. So my mentor in this space, self-image is really the key to you feeling good about who you are, about what you are, about, your body, about, your feelings. You want to feel good. So I implore you to go get Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. And this book right here, you're going to always reference. It's one of those ones where it's like you take the way it's actually written. It's written in with these little short sub chapters within a chapter. So it's quick to just go right to something that you find reasonable for your time, whatever you're going through. But I want to take some time to read this, and also I want to take some time to talk about it. So let's go to this part right here where it talks about a little vacation every day. Whenever you have a few spare moments during the day, between appointments, riding the bus, retire into your quiet room. Whenever you begin to feel tension mounting or to feel hurried or harried, retire into your quiet room for a few moments. Just a very few minutes taken from a very busy day in this manner will more than pay for themselves. It is not time wasted, but time invested. Say to yourself, I am going to rest a bit in my quiet room. Then, in imagination, see yourself climbing the stairs to your room. Say to yourself, I am now climbing the stairs. Now I'm opening the door. Now I'm inside. In imagination, notice all the quiet, restful details. See yourself sitting down in your favorite chair, utterly relaxed and at peace with the world. Your room is secure. Nothing can touch you here. There is nothing to worry about. You left your worries at the foot of the stairs. There are no decisions to be made here. No worry, no hurry, no bother. So that's from a subchapter from Maxwell Maltz. And what I want to say on that, I want to piggyback Maxwell Maltz, and I want to say that's absolutely correct. Now, I was running around yesterday. I had appointments after appointments. There were very few moments that I got in between. I had to write up something, do something else, drive about 30 minutes away, meet someone up there, talk for a bit. So I like packing my day up, because I'm like, the most I could get out of this day, it clears me for this other day where I could do some writing and I could do some creative work. So, but yesterday I called myself and I was like, man, I'm like, depleted. I'm getting depleted. And it's not depleted like, oh my God, I'm so tired of this and I'm tired. It was more like my brain, I was just not there, and I'm one to jump up and really attack it. Like I could go from 0 to 100 in less than half a millisecond. Okay. And I'm good like that, because I just know, hey, listen, the body's not going to control me. I'm going to control it. And I'm going to just jump up and be crazy energetic and flow this thing. But what I wanted to share with you was what I did. Yeah, so yesterday, what I did, I had about, let's say about an hour in between from one appointment, finishing one appointment and having to be somewhere else where I had to drive somewhere. And I took off all my clothes. I don't want to be explicit here, not like everything, but I took off my pants, my shoes, my shirt, and I just kind of sat down and calm myself. Now, matter of fact, I put back on the same clothes to go back out. Like, this is what I do. I just get totally undressed. Okay, get all that shit off me. And then I sat there and I laid down. I sat first and then I laid down and kind of like looked up at the clouds a bit and kind of just relaxed myself and really kind of, I didn't want to think about the previous or already put intention on the next thing. I just wanted to be in that space and kind of really allow the cells, the self in my body to relax and to enjoy this moment of pure relaxation. Now, my time was an hour and I had to jump back up and get busy and get started and go away. But that moment in time, I was able to really center myself, but also like be relaxed. And when we're running around all day, and what Maxwell Maltz was trying to say is that you have a quiet room, and it's in your mind. The quiet room, and you could be anywhere and really kind of separate yourself and relax. And we need that kind of boosting rejuvenation. The only way to get that is if we allow our entire being, which is everything within and without, the body and all of it, to just be in a place, in a state of calm. And when we're distressed and when we're stressed, what happens is that we feel tension. We're worrying about something. Just notice that. Notice that when you are in tension, 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 that tension, not intention, everything is just tensed up. So how can we make good decisions? How could we take care? We need to take care of ourselves. Put yourself on vacation for 10 minutes. I did an hour yesterday. That was a luxury, but 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and be okay with being by yourself and relax. So you could rejuvenate, so you could refresh, so there is a rebirth, So this is what I wanted to bring through for your happiness, a little nuggets. And I think me and Maxwell are going to help you out in this segment for a really long time. Now, earlier I spoke about getting on this podcast. So if you're doing anything, you wrote a book, and I want to talk to you. I want to expand this podcast beyond what you believe it could go. I'm ready for Sirius XM, okay? I'm ready for national. I'm ready to be syndicated, okay? Fox News, where are you? Come get me. But don't hate me now because I said that. But this is. I want to get your story out, and I want to get your message out, and I want new people to listen to this. And who's Stacy A Cross? They got my favorite person on there, but also I want to just share what other people are doing who I believe are comfort killers in business, in life. And it's a lifestyle. We're a society. We just get it done. And everyone in any field can be a comfort killer. and you want to lose weight. You're a comfort killer. Hey, that goal of losing that weight, it puts you in a whole different place because you are getting out of your comfort zone. So I want to talk to you, and all you have to do is go to thecomfortkillers.com/podcast. Do that, fill out the form, and my support genie will get back to you, and we can schedule something, and we can make it happen. And know that you enjoyed this show. I know that you enjoyed Dionna, and especially if you're a mom, please take this into consideration. Go ahead and pre-order her book. I did it. I pre-ordered the book. I'm not even a mommy, but I want to know what's in this bad boy, okay? Because you could learn from really anything. And if you could learn from anything, you could apply anything. You know, all we did was put the mommy. We put the mommy there, but it's really business things, business things, entrepreneurship things that could help you and move forward. So even if you're not, go ahead and support Dionna Walker, because as you know, her story was compelling. It was interesting. It gave me goosebumps. Before I pressed record on our conversation, I was talking to her about something I saw on her Facebook page. So link up with her on her Facebook page, because there's a video that she put out, and I really love that video, and I watched it a couple times. And so I support Dionna and her business, Mom Inc. Incorporated. The Comfort Killers definitely supports that. And we support anyone that just wants to do better in life, in business, in their health, in their fitness, in their mindset, in their spiritual, and just getting more enthusiastic about life, bringing more joy to their life. You can find me anywhere, all on your social medias at all times, okay? At Stacy A Cross, pretty much across the board. At the Comfort Killers on Instagram. Yes, we got an Instagram now. What? 2 years in, two and some change. Okay, 2 years in, and we just got an Instagram. So we're doing things a little different here. And I always had it, but I just didn't pay attention to it. So you could go ahead and like us and all of that. And if you found this episode to be of value, okay, if you found this episode to be of value, I want you to do something that's going to help this out. I want you to do something that's going to help me out. I know that you want to see the Comfort Killers succeed. I know you want to see you succeed. I know you want to see me succeed. So what you need to do is share this out, subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. You need to do a couple of different things. I believe in podcasts, okay? I believe in video. I love podcasts. Why? Because you could take me anywhere. You could take me in the gym, okay? If you're in the gym right now, pump it. Pump! You could take me in your car. So I love podcasts for that. You can't watch a video in the car, right? So we do it all, but I make sure that this podcast comes out to you every Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from Philadelphia, live, okay? So that's all I have for you today. And let's see, I mentioned some books in there. Everything will be in the show notes, and that's it. So we'll catch you next week on another episode of the Stacy A Cross Show. Hope you had an amazing time. I am Stacy A Cross, and there is no E in my name. Until next time. You've just listened to a episode of the Stacy A Cross Show. You can subscribe and get more episodes on my website, stacyacross.com, and my company's website, thecomfortkillers.com. As always, you can get me on all my social media at Stacy A Cross. Go ahead and subscribe, and we will see you next week. I am